The making of this music video has to be one of the most memorable moments in my life. It was definitely a tedious process, not gonna lie, but I did find myself amused in every process. The analysis of the song, the brainstorming, storyboarding, writing, directing, shooting, editing, and watching the end product. Partly because I got to spend time with my friends, but hey, what's the point of filming anyways if you're not enjoying the process? So in this video, I'll be going through all of the processes I took in order to make this MV. Well, I'm not an expert, but I do have some experiences from making a movie. And making a movie is like just one film, which is like Find You. So you can kind of go like check that out after this video. But yeah. But before we begin, let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is TK. I am the founder of the Ryzen Production. Our team have created 2 projects in total. It is Find You and Cough Syrup, one of them being the movie, a short film, and the other one being the MV, which I'll be talking about today. As for this video, I'll be focusing more on the making of the MV on Cough Syrup. Part 1. Analysis. So one of the most important processes to tackling the message of the song is analysis. So without analyzing and having a deep understanding of the song, you can't really create a good music video. And so for that, our team decided it's best for us to just work on the analysis first before we moved on to the planning. So we analyzed the lyrics of the song individually, like literally line by line. And although we did have some debate about what the songwriter would want to convey or could convey, each member had different ideas and different opinions and perspectives on the lines. But we came to a conclusion by the end of our discussion, and that's how we began. Brainstorming. Well, now that we understand the whole concept, the whole idea, and the headspace we were supposed to be in, we could start with the brainstorming of how the story is gonna come out. So for this step, honestly, we were kind of lost a little bit on the first time. We didn't know how to begin the story and what kind of theme we should go for. But after a while, we had some time off and we got to do other things, and then that kind of helped us. We came back with new pair of eyes, and we did find things that were interesting to us, and we came up with an idea for our music video. We had 2 in mind. Let me talk about the 2 stories. Okay, so the first one is about relationship with others and focuses on self-love, understanding yourself, and getting to know yourself again. And the other one being about friendships and then understanding other people's values and even dealing with one's emotion. So both ideas convey really great messages, but anyways, we had to choose one idea to stick with. So that's what we decided on. Storyboarding. So the story is chosen now, so it's time for storyboarding. So it's much more detailed than the step before. I swear, it accounts for camera angles, shots, and everything has to be taken so precisely. Everything has to be planned out so that you don't mess up during the filming day. We think we were prepared actually, and we ended up having to kind of improvise when we went to the location anyways. Everything did not go exactly to plan, so sometimes it doesn't go your way. Geez, we spent so much time storyboarding, honestly. We had to draw pictures, we had to think of the transitions and camera angles and all of that. So we had 2 camera directors, me and Danish, which was the other guy. But he is really good at camera angles, dealing with transitions, cool perspectives and stuff. I really feel inspired by him. He's a really good cameraman. So we did have different ideas and we had to work on with that as the day came for the shooting. Which moves on to the next part, which is shooting. So shooting is doing the actual stuff now. After all the planning, or the storyboarding, it's time for the shooting. It's the real thing. It's the fun part, honestly. So we had 2 locations we had to film. For the first one, we had to shoot in our school, and the other one we had to shoot outside, which was near Siam. It took us a whole day. It was a Sunday, and we met up at 11, and then we met at the supermarket, which was the first flashback for Rovi and Momina. So that was in the gourmet market in Siam Paragon. Thanks to the officers and the guards who didn't kick us out. Basically, we spent about an hour and a half or something in there. He didn't say anything, and then no one called us out, so we were lucky, honestly. So our first problem we encountered is we ended up not knowing what to shoot. Like, we had an idea about like shooting in the supermarket, hanging out, you know, buying groceries, taking out snacks. But then when it comes to the real thing, we kind of had to improvise, and we had to think of like, how are we gonna shoot this? Where should the camera be pointing at? And what kind of perspectives to work on? So we kind of had a problem there. We had to improvise, which took us a long time, but we ended up being able to shoot like really cool shots. Yeah, which moves on to our next one. We went to the arcade as our next shot, which was like a whole lot of fun. I'm telling you guys, like it seems really fun in the MV, and it was really fun shooting the MV. So we basically played using the claw machine. We wasted a lot of money, but I mean, it's fine. It's like for experience and stuff. Especially Rovi. I'm not calling out on her, but yeah, she did spend a lot of money there. And we did have some free time for us to kind of like play around, and then not just like the shooting itself, we also like played around. We went to different machines and then have our own time, and then we spent like quite a long time in the arcade, like more than we planned, but it was fun, yeah. And then that moves on to our next scene, which we ended up going to Starbucks. And then we shoot there. It was a pretty cute scene with like Rovi eating cake with Momina. The shots were pretty interesting. We had like different angles than the one we planned on the storyboard. Luckily, the director of camera, which was Danish, was really good, and he could tell us and guide us on like camera angles and all of that. So credits to him. Thanks very much. Okay, so after the cafe, we went to the park, which was the Benchakiti Park. At the time we were filming, it was really popular. Everyone went there, so we were pretty sure that there's gonna be a lot of people. But we ended up going anyway. So it was almost sunset. That's what the lightings I really want, which was like kind of like gloomy, but also like some parts of it were just kind of like more bright. So we went there, shoot it, and then we didn't get all the shots we need, but we thought we did though. Like on the day of filming, we thought we got all of it that we need. We decided we needed to go back sometime in the future, so we filmed in school first. So the one in school was pretty easy. Everything went as planned because that was the most detailed storyboarding I've ever did. Literally like second by second, frame by frame. So we didn't have much trouble. Got the people, as like our classmates were eager to help us with like the shooting, so thank you everyone so much. Like it wouldn't have turned out this great without you guys. And so we did the bully scene, which was like really funny.
Zero balance. Zero balance. It's so cool. It's like the biggest flex ever. I meant, wait, stop what you're saying.
In the behind the scenes rather than the whole thing. It was pretty interesting and fun. So yeah. So we planned on another date to go to the Benchakiti Park, and then we did the BTS Sky Train stuff again, which we got a really cool shot of Hassan, like insert. Editing. The editing for this music video was a process that took tons of hours to complete. It took me longer than it should because I feel like it's never actually 100% like completed. Like if you edit, you'll probably understand what I mean by this. Especially during the transitions of each shots, I wanted to make sure like they were smooth enough and that it made sense with the scene before. I also tried like different techniques I learned from YouTube, like the light flare in the part where Momina stares into the sky, which was like really pretty. I also tried like color grading for the first time, and to be honest, I'm not the kind of person who's good with color anyways, so I just feel like I can't get it right. So, which was quite annoying, but I tried my best. So I hope that counts. Tips. So as for this last section, I would like to give you some advice I've learned throughout the making of this journey. So for my very first advice, you should have a very clear storyboard. A clear storyboard paves you a clear way for directing, filming, and editing. It will save you a lot of work and time. Although it's a lot of work and effort in the beginning, I consider it a very useful tool for helping you and your team communicate with each other in an effective manner. If you were to make a music video, I would even recommend you to draw and make a simple animation of your scenes. so that on the day of filming, you guys know exactly how long each shot has to be and how many shots we need to get. And for you to be able to write a clear storyboard, you should know your location very well. In which, if you know exactly every corner of your location, the better off you are with your planning. Because from our experience, most of the actors and crews did not know where the location was, so they couldn't really picture the scenes in their head. So another reason for why you should know your location very well is that you'll be able to get cool transitions, since you can kind of plan ahead for it and you know what to expect from each shot. And as for my third piece of advice I would like to give you is that to have a clear brief. It is crucial that your actors know and understand what emotions they have to show in each scene. They should be immersed into the story as much as you are. Give your actors at least 3 days of preparation before filming so that they can have the time to absorb the characteristics and emotions of their characters. As for the crew, you should set up multiple meetings before the shooting day so your team can know exactly what to do once on set. Do not start filming without briefing. This is very important, at least 1 day ahead before you're filming, because what might happen is that your team might forget some of the ideas or what has been planned a few meetings ago. So this final meeting before shooting day will be crucial for your team and you to be on the same track. The fourth point is timing and scheduling. So be sure to check out the destination of filming before being on set. There may be unwanted crowds in your area or loud construction noise, traffic noises that may disturb your work. Moreover, some locations you picked out for filming may be closed or shut down before the day of filming or on the day of filming. So be sure to check out the dates and the time, locations of the shops, when it closes, when it opens, the day they are available, and don't do the mistake of just going there and then just expect the best could happen. So different times of the day will also give you different lightings, especially morning and sunrise. It will give you a warm and rosy hue in the sky, while in the afternoon it's more sharp and harsh lighting where it's more bright and sunny than in the mornings. And during the sunset and noon, the colors will be much gloomier and dusty. So be sure to do your research and plan out carefully at which time of the day you're going to film to give out the right mood that needs to be addressed in your music video. So these are all my tips and advice I would like to share with you guys from this jolly experience. There were a lot of things I learned from making this MV, and once again, played a role of being a director. I would like to thank teacher Chelsea, our best English teacher, who has given us the opportunity to actually explore and understand what it is like to be a producer. I took this opportunity to learn and understand both myself and my friends, to develop my group working skills, improve my creative view, learn technical skills that will be helpful in the future, and lastly, understand the value of having friends. Me and my team will forever cherish this opportunity that has been given us by this wonderful, amazing, and most creative teacher ever. To end this video, I would like to thank everyone who has watched Ryzen's Cough Syrup MV and also those who are watching this video right now. You guys are truly the ones who inspired me to go up and beyond what I thought I was capable of. The support and encouragement you guys have shared in the comments, shares, and likes are enough to keep me going in this journey. Thank you everyone for tagging along this amazing experience, and I hope to release a new project soon. Peace out!